I wasn't sure I heard a voice, but I did. Victoria is here. It's dark, and my eyes could be deceiving me, but that doesn't seem to be...
Who goes there? I'm Lucia, the owner of this house.
I apologize, miss. I'm Benedict. Victoria is my sister.
Who's Victoria?
Rough day. Sorry. I meant Petra. Petra is my sister.
I didn't know she had a brother and that he was coming with her to Sveti Kotar.
Nobody knew. It was a last-minute decision.
So where is she now?
We're trying to find her.
We? Who is we? Are there more people I don't know about?
Her husband, Nikolai, came as well.
I was told she was to come alone on Friday, October 28th. Rented the house for the 3 nights. Said she wants to give herself a gift for the soul. A strange woman, I tell you that. Something happened?
Nothing in particular. We woke up and she was gone.
She's probably sightseeing. One can easily get lost in the beauty of the place, lose track of time.
What happened here?
I didn't want to yell at you, but since you're asking, you tell me. I almost fainted of sorrow after opening the door. Look at my bust, reduced to pieces. Somebody has to pay for the damage. Animals.
You'll have to ask the warden to pay for that. We left the house untouched.
The warden? What warden? Dr. Hatur?
Yes, Dr. Hatur.
But I did nothing wrong. Why would he come to my house? Was he looking for me?
I don't know. He didn't tell us the reason and we couldn't argue. A detective was with him.
Maybe they saw my art as blasphemous and heretical. Maybe they'll take me into the asylum. That's why he destroyed the bust and the stoop. He was sending a message. I'm doomed.
He won't take further action.
What do you mean? He was here for me.
Why would he cause this damage without taking you in? It doesn't make sense.
You think?
This looks like he was just giving a warning. Maybe because of something else you did.
I don't know what I did, but I can live with a warning. I'll try to be more careful from now on. Thank you, my friend.
Weren't you supposed to welcome us last night?
I told your sister I'll leave the key at the neighbors and that I'll pass by later, after the castle.
You were at the castle?
Sure.
Did you see me there?
I was there only for a brief time. Couldn't stand all those people. But how could I see you when everyone has to wear... Wait a minute. Did you go inside without a mask?
No, of course not. Was she here after you came by?
I didn't make it. This right here is me visiting after the castle. You are a strange person. No wonder you two are relatives. Why are you asking all these questions?
Because she stayed in the house and fell asleep, and when I came back I couldn't find her. I don't know her whereabouts since last night.
You know, if you don't trust her, you should just talk to her. But if you already did, then my only advice is to talk to Madame Vera, my neighbor. She may be old, but she never misses a thing, always lurking from that window of hers.
I can do that.
If you just knock, she will pretend to be dead. She doesn't like strangers. You must introduce yourself to her. Say exactly who you are and why you're looking to talk to her. Tell the truth. I heard that she had some sort of visions of the life of Ivan Kotar, the patron saint of the town. It's what allowed her to sneak into other people's houses as a babysitter.
I'll try to talk to her.
And do not go knocking on the door. She hates that.
Have you had any strange dreams in this house?
Whenever I don't have guests, I sleep here, and guests are as rare as the sun in this town. My dreams are always great. Why?
It's just that both Nikolai and I had a rough night's sleep with harrowing dreams.
That must have been the demon of tiredness, not the house. You had a long drive yesterday.
We opened the balcony door and found a strange mass.
So it was you who broke the glass on the door?
No, I just opened it, I promise.
Maybe those bloody crows did it. Wouldn't be the first time. It started recently. They come to the balcony, raking in mud, small twigs and other crow filth. I tried to scare them off, but nothing is working. And they are very aggressive. I can't light a candle anymore. Whenever I do, they swarm outside and start scratching at the windows and door. The balcony is where they gather and ultimately die. It's like their graveyard or something. I can't explain it. If they don't back off soon, I'll have to start taking action. I don't want my guests to feel threatened.
Do you mind if I look around the house a bit?
Not at all. You are allowed to stay here for 2 more nights. Unless you want to pay to stay longer, of course.
That is something you should discuss with my sister. I don't need it. This woman eerily reminds me of Victoria in her younger days, back when I could rely on her, instead of having to fear her. The blasphemous basin is destroyed. I approve of the act. Hideous. It's full of dead crows. Dozens and dozens of them. For some reason, someone decided to wrap the carpet and put it here. It must have been the warden who did this. What use is there in throwing books on the floor? We left it on the table, with its front side facing the wall. Now it's up again, looking at me with those mean eyes. Everything is as we left it, but the crow's head is missing, and there's broken glass on the floor now. This bookshelf was full of books before. A lot of them are missing now. A giant bowl made out of clay, filled with what seems to be some... It's a giant tree with... It's locked. Who keeps a dead tree? The Catechism says, after an angel decides to sin, he falls from heaven and becomes a demon. Hello? Madame Vera? My name is Benedek. I spent the night at your neighbor's. Could I ask you some questions? The woman that came with me is my sister. We can't find her today. Did you see if she left the house sometime after we arrived last night? Have you seen her today, perhaps? Who are you? My name is Benedek, and... Vera is old, not deaf. Who are you? Benedek, I'm a monk from Budapest. What do you want from me, monk? I'm trying to find my sister. Have you seen her? No, but I heard last night. After we arrived? Much later, in the night, with a man. What man? Nikolai? No, the one who came here earlier today stayed in the house. The warden? Dr. Hathor? Him, the man with the demonic voice. What did Hathor and my sister do? Went into the forest together, talked there for a while, then silence. Where in the forest? At the crossroad, go straight into the forest. It's where the path leading from the town ends? Just go inside there. Once you find it, you will know. Did you hear what they talked about? No, sounded like whispering, praying, chanting. Can you describe Hathor? What is it? My eyes were taken from me. God has his ways. I'm sorry. God has nothing on this. I deserved punishment. I deserve solitude. You still questioning my words. I am sure I didn't see him, but it is the same man that stayed in the house. The demonic voice. I'm having a hard time reading your chalkboard. Why can't you talk? Piece of chalkboard, school-damaged object, a present from someone special to me. I asked if you could talk, madam. Tongue was torn out. I am eyeless and wordless. Terrible fate. I can't imagine the pain. Who made you blind and mute? No need to tell me. The body of my sister. Your sister did this to you? A corpse now. She had to do it. It is my fault. Your sister, family. What could you have done to deserve such a cruel punishment? I provoked. I need to suffer for my faith. It is all I have left. Don't ask again. I heard about your visions. I still have them. Visions of Ivan Kotar? His birth, life, the horrors of Udav, death in church. Can you tell me a bit more? Visions are mine. Don't want to talk about. Excuse me. You are damaged. Missing soul you have. Excuse me? Cursed, like me, but a good man. Help me find the love of my life. He disappeared. I don't know this place. I don't know anyone here. Everyone knew my love. On a full moon night, he disappeared. Madam, I can't. As soon as I find my sister, I'm leaving and not coming back. Search for her at the same time. Look for him. You have to understand, it will take a miracle for me to find anyone in this valley. But tell me, what is his name? Yakov Pranger, town's former... A priest was your lover? He was to renounce his service, not faith. Dear God, I'll see what I can do. I have to go now. The path the old lady told me about. It's too dark and terrifying. All sorts of negative emotions are hitting me in this blackness, and I can't see a thing. I need light.
Do you mind if I take this lamp?
That dust collecting thing is here because I inherited it with the house. Go ahead, but don't forget to return it. Sometimes it gets very dark in this valley. Without a lamp, I could get lost.
Darker than this?
It appears to be empty. I need to find some oil to make it work. A giant bowl made out of clay, filled with what seems to be some type of oil. This should be enough.
I couldn't have missed the tallest building out here. This must be the lodge where Hatur resides.
My name is Luca, at your service.
The guest rooms are upstairs, right?
Sir, only the guests who are chosen are allowed to see the rooms.
How can I be chosen?
Sir?
You said I have to be chosen to go upstairs.
Right. I don't know how you can be chosen.
But who's choosing? And why?
Mr. Wilde, he's not here at the moment, and I don't know when he will return. Apologies, sir.
I'm looking for Dr. Hatur. I have an appointment with him.
No, you don't.
Excuse me? How would you know that?
The warden takes no visitors here, only in the asylum. And I trust you are well aware you don't want to be a patient of his.
Can you tell me where the doctor's room is?
I don't know where it is.
What do you mean? You are the receptionist here.
I never saw Mr. Godin's room. I only heard about it from Mr. Wilde.
I have to speak to Mr. Hatur, not Mr. Godin.
I know, but like I said, I never saw his room. Dr. Hatur resides in Godin's former room.
How is it possible that you don't know each and every room in this building? Have you just started working here?
No, sir. I'm working here for quite some time, actually. But I'm not allowed to see Godin's room, and I don't know where it's located.
How can I find Hatur then?
I don't know.
Is he even in the lodge?
Yes, he is. Look, you should probably ask Mr. Wilde about everything you need or want. I'm just a receptionist here.
Where is Mr. Wilde?
He is not here.
I know. I can see that. Where can I find him?
You can. He finds you.
Luca, if you'll excuse me.
Certainly, sir.
Can I take this map? Might come in handy while going around this valley.
Why not? Nobody wants it. Nobody needs it. Take it. It's been laying there for centuries.
No food in there. Just some tiny crumbs. Not sure about its usage. It simply looks like a hole. The clock is dead at the stroke of midnight. I see an executioner talking to small-sized men and women. I think they're about to be slaughtered. Pula. Seems to be a painting of the place. An old coastal town with a Roman Colosseum. A man standing at the entrance of the forest, weighing whether he should venture forth. Several people are calling for help, drowning in the ocean. Angels look down on them from the safety of the sky, proud of themselves. Elderly women dancing with a tall, dark man around a bonfire. They seem to be happy. Martin Zudervliet. Timo. Fran Merzel. Jensen Cook. Ivan Goldin. Nicholas Handel. I wonder, what's the story behind this bricked-up passage? I saw the dark room, and the figures in there.
We call it the bust room.
Who are those people?
Not people, just sculptures made in their honor.
That's what I meant. Why did you decide to honor those people?
I decided nothing, sir. The owner did, Fran Merzel.
Who are they?
Fran, the previous owner who renovated the place. His son, Ranko, who served as fresh meat for the crows earlier today. Goldin, the original owner of this building, who also designed it and built it. And several former guests who had lost themselves in the maze outside.
Lost? They died in the maze?
A few of them are still alive, but lost mentally, for eternity.
How's that possible?
The maze is a dangerous place, sir, as old as this very building. No one alive or mentally stable knows what's really at its core. It was devised by Mr. Goldin, for reasons known only to Mr. Wilde.
He's been inside the maze. Mr. Wilde?
He was. In fact, only those who haven't been chosen were lost. If Mr. Wilde chooses you, you're safe to go. Otherwise, you enter into a doom.
Why would anyone want to go inside the maze?
There are stories going around. The townies, especially the elder ones, say that Mr. Goldin hid a treasure at its center. Some people come to Sveti Kotar only for the maze, and then they go inside without being chosen. Fools.
Someone could just force his way through the wall of shrubs, or take them down entirely.
The maze cannot be touched. It's forbidden to do so, and the shrubbery is deadly poisonous.
That bricked up passage over there.
Yes?
What happened?
It was bricked up.
Why?
Oh, I'm not sure, sir. That was long before my time. I just heard stories.
Tell me more.
I can't. All I can say is there is another way to get inside the room.
Where? How do I find it?
I don't know, and if I did, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Apologies, sir.
Who is Mr. Goldin?
the architect employed by the church in medieval times. He came to town with the Inquisition, designed and oversaw the construction of the castle, church and court. He liked the place so much, he decided to stay and build this lodge for himself. Lived with his cats until he vanished one day. Vanished forever.
What happened to him?
Disappeared. That's all I know. Mr. Varshuli knows more, but he doesn't want to tell anyone.
Do you have a cat or a dog?
No, we don't.
Then why do you have a ball down there?
That belongs to the king in yellow.
Do you want to tell me who that is?
No, sir. I can't tell you who he is. Mr. Wall is the only one who can.
This king in yellow, cat or dog, whatever it is, could be the key to find Mr. Wilde. And if I can get to him, I would be allowed access to Hatur's room. Luca, if you'll excuse me.
Certainly, sir.
I'm not allowed to go upstairs. I can't. I must be chosen to get inside. Just a boat, floating alone in the fog. It's empty. Hello, youngster. What's your name?
Anton,
What are you doing here?
fishing.
At night?
Best time.
It's dangerous to be out here at night, especially for a child.
Why?
Didn't you hear what happened to your mayor? And what about those moon things?
You mean the moon ghouls? I saw them once here on the lake.
What do they look like? What are they?
Yellow. Their whole body is yellow, except for the faces. They don't have faces. Their faces are shadows.
You were hidden somewhere?
They saw me, but they could do nothing. Dr. Hatur was taking them away.
Where did he take them?
I don't know. The doctor told me to go away. I didn't look back. He's always good to me. Always gives me food. Says I have to gain weight.
How's your fishing going?
Badly.
Wouldn't you need a fishing rod, net, or anything that could help you with that?
I'm not trying to catch them. I'm just calling them. I want to see them.
The lake seems lifeless to me. Are you sure this is the right place to fish?
I know it is. Mother Evelina told me.
So your mother told you to come to this very pier at night to try to catch some fish? She must be an exemplary parent.
She is good to me. She loves me. Look. She made this dress with bells just for me. Others don't have dress like this.
Others? Who are they?
My brothers.
Why would she give you a dress with bells?
I can call for help when others are mean to me. Evelina always comes.
Why do you let your brothers be mean? Fight for yourself.
I don't want to be mean towards strangers. Mother Evelina says it is impolite.
Your siblings can't be strangers to you. You live in the same house, eat the same food, maybe even sleep in the same room.
We live together, but they are still strangers. See, I think they know where their parents are. I don't.
Kid, are you all right?
No. I want to find my parents.
So, Evelina is not your mother?
She told me my mother and father are living here now. Somewhere inside Lake Harley. I'm trying to call them. I want to see them.
Do you live in an orphanage, perhaps?
I live in a big house. Above our roof is a giant tower with giant bells. And we have a big courtyard, with a big wall and tall trees that prevent demons and evil spirits to visit us when they leave their underground beds.
You know, when I was your age, I lived in a house such as yours.
Evelina was your mother too?
No, my mother's name was Olga.
Was she as good as my mother?
She always protected me from my brothers and sisters.
You also had a dress like mine? With bells?
No, but I would have loved to have one. Do you have spare bait?
Why?
I need food for a pet. He's hiding, and I need to lure him out.
You want to see the King in Yellow?
How did you know?
He's beautiful. That is why. Everyone wants to see the King in Yellow.
What are you doing, kid? That must be painful.
Take it. This will definitely help you. He loves my skin. Mother Evelina says I can't feel pain. I use skin to cool my mother and father too. But they don't seem to love it. Only the King in Yellow does.
Thank you, Antun. But don't do that anymore. It could be dangerous if it gets infected. Take care.
Goodbye.
Mr. Wilde has chosen you.
Where is he?
You called him, he answered. You can see him now.
This room is the same as before, except for this yellow cat that just showed up.
That is him. The King in Yellow is Mr. Wilde. Mr. Wilde is the King in Yellow.
Mr. Wilde is a cat?
Mr. Wilde is the name of his earthly being. The body has an essence, a soul. That soul is the King in Yellow. You can think of yourself as a lucky man. He loves to eat human skin. But I think he chose you because of the circumstances.
What circumstances?
Strange is the night when dark arises. On a strange night like this with a full moon. Stranger still is the lost man, lost in Carcassa woods. Dr. Hathor sang today's circumstances in sorrow. But the king loves this song.
So what now?
As the King in Yellow, I'm just his servant.
I have to talk to a cat. Is this man one of Hathor's patients on the loose? I would like your permission to go upstairs. I have to talk to Hathor.
The king says you are not allowed. You may, though, go to his room.
If I don't go upstairs, where can I find his room?
There is a passage leading to it. The king will not help you find it, but neither will he obstruct you.
What are you doing? What's going on?
I'm not allowed to see it. You're free to step inside, though beware, it is a one-way pass. Once you get in, there is no coming back. You'll have to find another way out.
Can I go into the maze?
The king says you're allowed to go.
Nothing bad will happen to me?
You're afraid of who you are.
What does that mean?
That it is safe for you. I'm only the messenger. The king says you may go. Do not seek further instruction. Just go and don't look back. Not everyone has this opportunity.
Excuse me. Lucas said it's not possible to come back. Am I really ready to go in? Not yet.